with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Raising Cane's studio.
All right, welcome back in OTB here on this Wednesday morning. Always excited to tell you about our friends over at Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding.
Oh, Tommy!
Thank God, finally, once this week. Go to GEAUX, TommysWithAY.com. Go Tommys.com, go Tommys.com. When you go to the website, you'll clearly see the difference. Award-winning year after year after year. They stack banners. Look at the Angie's List Super Service Award every single year since Moby Dick was a minnow. Also, best windows in Baton Rouge this year in the Advocate. That went to Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Go Tommys.com. All right, Dr. Stephen Etheredge, who joins us every single Wednesday, is here. What's up, Doc? How we doing?
Doing fantastic.
Are you craving Shoney's after our conversation from earlier?
Yeah, that is a good one. We used to have Shoney's all the time, so yeah.
You brought up
Salad bar.
a great point about, was it a Destin Red Lobster?
Yeah, they opened one. It was in Fort Walton technically, but it is literally maybe 100 yards from the water. And I was amazed they opened it when I was in high school, and it is still open, I believe.
Hey, like
a fresh fish.
Yeah,
Red
we're on the
Lobster in a
coast.
place where you can walk out and grab
I'm
a
sure
fish.
the lobster's not getting the fish from that water. They're right next to.
Yeah,
100%.
That's getting trucked in.
yeah. Still there, you said?
Last I checked, it was. I hadn't, not a place we frequent, but
You go back home.
the biscuits are good. You are talking about
They
those
are
earlier. They are
good. Oh,
fantastic,
boy.
but that's literally the only reason you go. Yeah, I'm not going to go home and say, hey,
Hey, babe, you know what sounds great tonight? I think Red Lobster.
The shrimp scampi's from
Red
Red Lobster.
Yeah. Really.
Well, I used
honing
to,
in on
I used to
the
as a kid, I used to love walking in the lobby though and seeing the tank of lobsters.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, that's always cool. I still get excited if I see like
You go to the
anything.
store.
Yeah,
Process has that.
I'm very easily amused.
It's
by that.
incredible.
All right. We got a couple of things to talk about here with Doc. Do you want to start? I'll start. We start? Who goes?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I sent you something that Troy Aikman, Hall of Fame quarterback, one of the reasons he believes why people are getting injured, certainly early in the season, is because they're not calloused during training camp anymore. Remember 2011, Matt, our new CBA?
Yeah.
I think 2011.
Yeah.
So the new CBA, two-a-days went away in the NFL. When we were first in the NFL, our first 3 years, it was old school two-a-days. It was 2 practices a day, padded practices, get after it. And that went away because, well, the offensive linemen in the NFLPA positions didn't like to practice. And so the owners were like, yeah, we'll keep that money. Sure, we'll give you a day off of practice. Twist our arm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that went away, and it's kind of gone away in college football as well. Now, I'm a meathead, Doc. You know that. And I am going to subscribe to the Troy Aikman take of we're not as calloused as we used to be. Where do you fall on something like that?
It's a hard thing to talk about because obviously I want to do what's right from a medical side. I want to be safe, but I also have that meathead tendency. Likewise, played fullback, was a guy that you give me a brick wall, I'm going to run into it.
Yeah,
and I do think there might be some truth there. And where is that line? I think the jury's still out a little bit. It definitely seems the soft tissue injuries went up. We know they went up drastically in the COVID year. And what happened in that year? They didn't do as much practicing preseason. They didn't do as much earlier. And that's undeniable. The numbers that year went up. The evidence is very heavy there. So I think there's something to it.
yeah. And, we're not asking for the Junction Boys,
Right. Yeah. And there's definitely that line. And
right.
oh yeah. And I think I agree. I mean, there's a point when it's too much. And I think you even see declining returns on performance because you see some of these teams that practice so much by the end of the year they're slow. They're not, there's the guys who just broke down. But on the other hand, there's definitely an increase in injuries early in the year.
Yeah. And two, if you don't ever practice a situation, but you know you're going to do it in a game, like that's shocking to the body.
Well, I feel like tackling early in the year has gotten horrible. And maybe that's just me, again, old school mentality, guy on the lawn, however you want to say it, but I feel like you see so many more missed tackles early on. And maybe that's wrong. Maybe, again, that's just I'm getting old and that, everything's wrong now in the world. I don't know. But it does feel that way. And again, if you're not tackling, you tackling a dummy and tackling a guy are very different. And so I do wonder, from the quality of play, from the injuries, the soft tissue.
Yeah.
I do think there's something to it.
Just like for me, like I'm thinking, all right, if I don't really do those things in August,
Right.
and all of a sudden in September, like I'm running down on kickoff and I'm kicking out a linebacker on power, like I'm thinking like when we say calloused, I mean like my shoulders haven't gone through that trauma. They haven't gone through that impact like they're going to in a game.
Yeah. I think there's something to it
And
personally.
you always go a
Yeah.
little bit harder in the game than you do in practice.
Yeah,
as well.
Because even if you're practicing those things, it is going to be up and up. But if you don't practice them at all, and then it's like you're in the car and the volume's at 1, and you turn it immediately to an 11, right? It's like it's going to shock your ears. The same thing.
I know I had a little conspiracy on top of it, maybe. Some people have more proclivity to being injured than other people. It's just the way your body's built, the way you're designed by the good Lord. And it just sometimes, like, you might just have that. You might get a shoulder injury or an ankle injury or a head injury, whatever, a little bit quicker than somebody else would when somebody else the same hit. And maybe with the less not doing as much in practice in all ages, maybe some of those guys don't get weeded out as fast.
It's possible. I think like most things, it's probably not as easy as say it's all this. I do. Guys are bigger, faster, stronger.
Yeah.
They just are, and that's the natural progression that we've seen.
I wouldn't say stronger.
Maybe not.
Because I've been on NFL radio, like one of the questions my co-host always ask is, all right, take us in the weight room, give us your numbers. And I have been shocked by the numbers from linemen. I'm like, what? That you bench what?
Interesting.
So to your point, and I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
So it's a attack at what you said, but like they don't do the lifts and they don't max out.
Yeah, and I think
don't
that's
do
probably
some
part of
of
it. They don't
these
do as
things.
heavy. I think
So bigger and faster, absolutely. These
Yeah.
combine numbers are
They don't
crazy.
max
They're
anymore?
crazy.
Not a lot of
It's not-
places.
a lot of
don't.
places don't. Yeah, so that is actually true. And I mean, again, you're worried about injury and that 1 rep max. But I mean, that was what I lived for back then. What do you bench? I mean, that was like
What you benching?
what you benching. I mean, that was cornerstone of what was important.
So, like,
mind
I
is
agree,
blown.
bigger and faster.
Yeah.
I mean, these combine times are crazy. But some of the strength numbers, I'm like,
You're going to have to show me the numbers of how many people actually are getting hurt on max day.
yeah.
Show me
In
those
my
numbers.
4 years, I never saw one.
I never saw it. Yeah.
You never saw it. You're,
I never.
You're
You play
a
college
former
football.
college
Yeah.
football player and a doctor for athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I've seen it in high school more so because I think you get
Yeah, piss poor technique. And,
bad
yeah.
technique, and I think I have seen that in the clinic where somebody's doing too much weight and
Yeah.
and they're not doing it right or they're trying to show off or whatever, and
look-
but in a good setting, I can't recall.
And look,
Yeah.
a 10 rep max is not a max.
No. Oh, see, the calculations actually say
No.
no.
It's a
'Cause
one
everybody's
rep.
got to play until they get under
You
425.
get the team
on bench.
around you screaming at you
Yeah.
with some hard music playing in the background.
Yeah.
And you get that thing up one time shaking.
Yeah.
Bars bending, it's
Yeah.
just the best.
Yeah. You get that
Yeah.
thing, not a 10 rep
Oh.
max and put it through in a spreadsheet
Utopia.
and be like, yeah, this is, well,
This actually equates to if you do it
You did
2 times.
185.
this is- No. I mean, we've had linemen. They're like, "Hey, bench." Like, oh, 365. I'm like, what? 365. We had running backs doing 425. Okay, sorry.
weights were different back then.
Plate's way different. All right, so
Okay.
yeah, just work harder.
Yeah.
Get calloused again.
Be better.
Troy Aikman was right.
Okay, so a pretty fun, gross-looking injury in the NBA.
Fun.
Well, I didn't know if like doctors think like weird.
I do actually.
I hadn't seen this one in a while.
Yeah, the times other people turn their head, I'm like, ooh, zoom in. There's a little bit of that is true.
Oh, that's
Golden
interesting.
State Warrior player Moses Moody.
Moses Moody.
He went up for a slam dunk. Came down. He made it. Came down a little awkward on his knee. Taylor, can you pull up this picture real quick? Oh, he got the video. Oh no. Oh boy. A knee did a thing I've never really seen.
My
It looks like a kneecap pointing up. Looks like a horn.
Ooh, he did not make the dunk, by the way.
Oh, he didn't make the dunk.
No, the ball fell immediately.
Yeah, I was on the way up. Looked like.
Yeah. So what exactly
what
makes
is
a
that?
knee go that direction?
So typically you look at the patella, the kneecap, and if it's not where it's supposed to be, it usually means one of a few things. Typically we're thinking either you had a patellar dislocation or you tore part of what we call the extensor mechanism.
Oh, here we go. Is this just the kneecap
Yes.
sticking up?
Yes. So
It wasn't even like his.
and you can
like,
see the big
lead
divot
leg.
underneath the kneecap. So in this scenario, you have a patellar tendon rupture. So the kneecap is part of what we call the extensor mechanism. So when you straighten your leg at the knee, you're extending it. The two tendons that are attached to the kneecap or the patella, you have your patellar tendon beneath it and the quadricep tendon above it. And yeah, if you tear one of those, the kneecap is going to be displaced. If you think about it, it's like two ropes that are kind of opposing each other that are pulling in different directions. And if all of a sudden I cut one of those ropes, it's kind of like tug of war. The other one wins. And basically on this one, the quadricep won. The patellar tendon lost in that scenario. Now, sometimes you see a dislocation when it's off the side. Like I said, there's three reasons you're typically going to see it out of place. You either dislocated it, well, I guess if you break it, a complete rupture, or if it's a tendon rupture. So in this scenario, yeah, he had a patellar tendon rupture, which is a pretty bad injury.
So I'm just straightening my leg out, and I'm feeling that tendon. It's a pretty big one.
Yeah, pretty solid, pretty
feels
big,
like it's
thick tendon.
about, at least a half-inch wide. That's a big rupture, right?
Yeah, it is. We don't see a lot of them. I mean, they definitely happen. You don't see a lot of these, fortunately. That's a you're gonna have to surgically reattach the tendon. You're gonna have to keep it immobilized for a while, rehab for a while. These are usually kind of like an ACL. You're looking at closer to a year that you're out for this injury. They're sitting a few weeks in your back.
So like when Achilles is ruptured, I know it kind of curls up into the calf, right?
Yeah.
So what happens to does it go?
It'll kind of come down, yeah, basically.
Get lost in space.
There's not as much space for the patellar tendon to go. The quad tendon ones, because it's that big muscle, it will retract a little bit more sometimes. So if you tear it above the kneecap, you'll sometimes see that pretty good retraction.
Could that be like career threatening?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be. I mean, guys have definitely come back from this.
God.
But a big body guy, and these guys are giants, so it's even more complex to repair it because there's going to be more force on it on the back end. You're going to have to fight through stiffness. You're going to have to rebuild the strength.
Is this a normal look for when this injury? That's what happens?
It's pretty typical, yeah. Yeah, you get that kind of palpable divot underneath.
The one from the quad wins the tug-of-war battle. What a great analogy.
I'm trying to think, that's his left, and if he was, I'm thinking he was going to jump off his right foot. So I'm wondering, was it just over time, and it was time for it to go?
It can be. It
didn't look like there was a lot of stress on it. Look, I mean, he's kind of... he's got it all in his right leg right there. The left foot looks like it's barely touching the ground.
Oof. Yeah, it's kind of an interesting one. Sometimes you'll see it when somebody's forced into a hyperflex position, and then sometimes it's kind of like an eccentric load when you're trying to control the flexing of the knee. You'll sometimes see it there, and that maybe was kind of happened there. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a massive load, you wouldn't think. But again, he could have had some wear and tear over time, a little weakening over time, and then just there it went.
If you're injury timeout, you're jogging out on the field, you look down, you see something like this. What is your initial? What do you say to the athlete who I'm sure knows something is wrong? Was
Severely
it
wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure you're not going over there and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bud.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
your kneecaps in your
way worse than I thought.
You definitely have to kind of control the gut reaction, which is often that. Look, we see some weird stuff. I see things point in the wrong directions, and yeah, your first reaction, I'm like, you don't want to be panicked. So a lot of it's trying to get them to just relax and calm down, which is way easier said than done. But you got to just let them know, hey, we're here. You're going to be all right. We got you. Take some deep breaths. That's kind of where it typically starts with these types of things. We want to breathe, relax. We're going to take a look at this thing, and you just want to reassure them. And, one of the things you never want to give them the horrible news right out of the gate, like, oh, this is a bad injury. You just say, hey, look, we got you. You're good. Yeah. Then you kind of let them calm down. Then we kind of build back to, hey, this was a big injury. Usually we're talking more about that, and they already know. And this guy obviously knows in that situation. The athletes know when they did something, they felt that pop, they felt something shift in the leg. They usually know when we're out there that it's a bad injury when it is. So it's more just, hey, we got you. You're okay. Let us work with this. And then there's certain things we have to determine with certain injuries. If it's a dislocation, do you have a pulse dystole? Do you have? So there's things we have to find out more quickly once we kind of get to that stage, and then you just kind of walk them through it later.
Do you have a follow-up to that? I got
another.
Okay, I'm going to follow up real quick. Also, how do you not laugh when you go out there? Like for me against Florida, Marucci came out there, Bear came out there. Hess, what's going on? What's wrong? What's wrong? My chin strap's broken. Mm-hmm. How do you not laugh when somebody's like, I'm trying to act here?
Well, he's probably never experienced that. We don't fake
we don't fake injuries.
Okay.
At LSU,
but
anymore.
But you're like, say you're the
how do you
say
not,
you're the Florida doctor,
it's
the Florida Gator doctor.
You have to. I mean, look, it does happen. I've seen there's been times there's been a chuckle for sure. You just try not to, or if you do, you be mindful. Like, hey, there's a camera. I'm looking at my shoelace. If I have to do something, I'm trying to distract myself so there's no obvious, because it does happen. And look, sometimes you laugh when it's a real injury. Because I mean, when this was on TV, so it wasn't a secret one, but when Weeks dislocated his ankle, he's trying to get the guys around him. He's trying to make light of the situation. So, I'm laughing because he's trying to make light of it. And so you get that scenario too. So that one was okay. Clearly he had an injury. You could see it.
Yeah, you could see that one.
Yeah.
Doc, last topic here I wanted to bring up because it kind of came in the spotlight this weekend. NFL football players playing flag football. And of course, Heisman Trophy winner, former LSU Tiger, Joe Burrow out there. Joe Burrow out there doing some things that usually his position doesn't call for. A lot of cutting, a lot of juking, a lot of straight leg cuts and stopping after going full speed. He's had some lower body injuries. When you saw those clips, were you like, no, Joe, no, don't do that?
There was definitely a part of me that was. But like I said, it kind of goes back to the first conversation. I also have a little bit of that old school mentality myself where I'm like, I wouldn't want to go do that. Well, I get to go play with my boys. Like how cool is that? He's out there playing with Jaden. You got our two Heisman Trophy guys on the same team, both at the same position technically. Mm-hmm. You get them out there.
Let's say this summer, after a foot injury in the fall, Sam Levitt decided he wanted to go play a little flag football, and you saw some clips of that. How would you feel?
I would tell him that was a horrible idea. But I'd probably enjoy watching the clips. It's like
as a couple of 40-year-olds that went out there cold turkey and played in a coach's flag football game and were sore for probably 12 days afterwards.
Sure.
You got to be careful playing flag football. It's one of those, you use muscles that you haven't used in a long time and maybe ever. Because it's basketball on grass.
They used to stop
like
that.
It is.
What?
They used to stop on a dime and cut.
Yeah. Ish. Now it's more like a $50. Mm-hmm.
We still tried, though.
We still won. Sorry about it.
Winners.
Cecil, JV.
So, Joe Burrow, don't play flag football.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was fun. It's competitive. All right.
I lost by like 30.
We appreciate you, Doc. We apologize to anybody like my father-in-law who was eating breakfast when we showed that picture and said he was eating breakfast and now he's not. Apologize to Daniel who came back to his desk and that's the first thing that he saw. Our bad. Actually, Matt's bad, but we're in the foxhole, so I'll take it as well.
We had to know.
Yep.
We had to know.
Yep. Still don't really know what that alien-like thing was standing up on his kneecap, but that's what it was. All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com. That's where you go for residential, commercial trash pickup. Roll-off dumpsters, 3 different sizes to choose from. Right now, we're going to get a 15-yard dumpster at the house.
That's one of the 3 options.
It is one of the 3 options, 15, 30, 45. They got all kind of options over there. Depending on your site, right? If you got a job site, how big of a project, or if you're home renovation, or if you're just like us, like you got things that have been piling up that you can't throw in the regular trash can, obviously, so you need a dumpster to put them in there. They're going to drop it off, haul it off. Incredibly easy process. Trashrangers.com.
Say trashrangers.com. I'll tell you about the roll-off dumpster and that flat rate pricing every day. But they also have residential trash removal service and commercial trash removal service. So, however, whatever size your business is, how much trash you make, they can customize that job. So give them a call, talk to them about your business, how much trash you're making. They can pick up 1 time a week. They can pick up 6 times a week. It doesn't matter. Very flexible, local company doing that great work. Trashrangers.com.
To choose it, lover, never without a never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor, top notch, get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the $40 in the club. And up the game, it gets no love.
Off the bench, presented by Hood Dental.
1,000 a pop, I'm pulling billions off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some wanna choose, but them is too scary. You chose me, you ain't you a fairy.
All right, welcome back in. OTB here on this Wednesday morning. HoodDentalCare.com. HoodDentalCare.com is the website. Go check them out. Locations in Denham Springs, Watson, Livingston, 2 in Zachary. Very convenient for you. You can go to the website, check out financing options, general information, full list of services. You can schedule your appointment online as well. You can learn more about Hood Dental Care, all at HoodDentalCare.com. HoodDentalCare.com. Saints added a quarterback.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, former top 5 pick.
Oh, it's not a big deal. It's going to be a starter?
He's going to be a third-team guy.
Okay.
Zach Wilson. Yes, that Zach Wilson out of BYU, former number 2 overall pick by the New York Jets. He had a great pro day.
Really, that one throw when he rolled out left, threw it back to the right. Good throw.
Into Cougars.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, well, he was a former.
The wrong Wilson.
He was a former
played for the
Cougar.
Cougars and was also into
A fan
Cougars.
of Cougars.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
No, this is the correct guy.
Nola, watch out.
This is the correct guy.
Yeah, you there in Old Metairie, better watch out. Hide your wife. Zach Wilson's in town. No. All right, so when I saw this, all right, Zach Wilson, we're 3 weeks into free agency. Anytime you're 3 weeks into free agency, it's kind of like the last couple of guys to get signed before the draft, because now like all the guys after the draft will be your veteran players that are looking to play 1 more, 2 more years, whatever. So you make this move, and now you have, as we know, Tyler Shuck, Spencer Rattler, and Zach Wilson. Is there any way, and I'm going to pose this to the room, is there any way that signing Zach Wilson makes Spencer Rattler more available? Does that point to that for y'all? Because you very easily could have gotten any random undrafted free agent quarterback.
Tim Boyle could have been an option.
Anybody in that realm. We all know Joshua Dobbs. It could have been anybody, but you decided to go get Zach Wilson, who's a talented guy. He's never put it all together, obviously. He's got a ton of starts in the NFL. Does that point to Spencer Rattler maybe being available?
Well, we've talked about that option since, even towards the end of the season, as
For the trade deadline.
before the trade deadline. It's like if you have an asset for the Saints, you need to at least explore the option, explore what's out there. I think the Saints believe, and certainly we do too on this show, that Spencer Rattler has a bright future. What that looks like, I don't know, but there's an opportunity there. He's got a lot of potential to have a bright future. So he's not going to be your guy in New Orleans. So if you have some value in him, why not explore that option? I know you want to always have a great backup option. You want to have a great backup plan. It's a 17-game season. Anything can happen. So you don't want an injury to one person completely knock your entire season off the rails. So this addition, I figured that they were going to do something, try to get a little bit more veteran presence.
Right.
So Zach Wilson's been in the league since 2021. I think 3 years with the Jets, 1 year with the Dolphins. I don't know if that's like the veteran presence that, if you're just looking for a veteran presence, I don't know if that's the presence I would have gone after. Maybe someone like Dobbs, like you had talked about. So maybe this move is for a little bit different reason. Maybe they are trying to explore that option on draft day of potentially moving Rattler, which I would like to see. I think he's been a good teammate, and I think he deserves an opportunity, and I hope he gets it.
Trying to find career starts for Zach Wilson.
Started
he does
13
have
as a rookie.
34 starts.
23 touchdowns and 25 interceptions on his career.
Yeah.
I mean, he played for the Jets for 3 years, so we got to grade everybody on a scale a little bit, but certainly there was a lot of hype coming out. The Cougar thing definitely didn't.
Yeah, top 5 pick, number 2.
And
very
again,
talented guy.
Hell of a pro day.
He did. But that's the first thing that I thought of. Okay, if you bring in a guy like this, do you really bring him in to be your 3, and just sit there? You could get other options that would be at a different price to be your 3. So it just had me thinking, okay, well, the teams that still need a quarterback out there, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, if I'm the Arizona Cardinals, what I currently have, is that as good as Spencer Rattler was a year ago?
I don't think that this move, there's been no noise, there's been no rumors to even point towards them making this signing because they're not happy with Rattler.
I think that they would see that they would have an asset, get an asset back for Spencer Rattler.
Exactly. A young quarterback who's played well, certainly not the stat in the win column like you want to see, but Certainly, if you look at the totality of how he played the game, I think so. This isn't a situation where the Saints are disappointed, so they're bringing somebody else in. I think it's let's strengthen our quarterback room. Let's bring in a guy that has got a little bit of experience. I mean, he did play. He's played with some veteran quarterbacks as well. Maybe he can bring some sort of knowledge to that. So I don't know. I know Rodgers played with him for a couple of years. Rodgers and Tolzien are tight. Maybe there's some communication.
Look at you.
I'm putting pieces together.
You Sherlock Holmes?
I'm just like tying strings.
Well done. So, yeah, it was 2021 through 23 with the Jets. He was with the Broncos in 2024 and then with the Miami Dolphins in 2025. And now Zach Wilson, New Orleans Saints quarterback. And he's going to be third on the depth chart. And, again, we'll see what that means maybe for Spencer Rattler. See if you can get – if you are trying to maybe explore a trade, what that value would bring back. Because, again, Spencer Rattler was somebody that finished within – the top 25 of QBR's quarterback rating as well in the NFL a year ago. So there's some teams out there that are going to be desperate for quarterback. Certainly if, like, Aaron Rodgers decides, you know what, actually I'm going to hang him up. I'm not going to go out there and give it another year. Like that puts him in a little bit of a bind. There's a lot of teams, actually, that we could have this conversation about. Some have already made moves. Some have already added quarterbacks like the Atlanta Falcons and Tua Tagovailoa, but there's going to be opportunities for Spencer Rattler if the Saints do, in fact, put him on the trading block again. What was his QB? Quarterback rating was 86 last year. So that would put him.
Let's go, Rattler. Spread your wings and fly. Rat dap.
I mean, he had a better quarterback rating than a lot of Cam Ward, who was number one.
Yeah, you got to win games, but
it'll
happen.
All right, we'll take a break. We've got Coach Kim Mulkey joining us at 9:30 today, not 8:30. She's out west in Sacramento getting ready for the Sweet 16, so pushing her back because, well, it's early out on the West Coast. So looking forward to that conversation. More OTB when we come back here live from the Raising Cane's studio.
Off the bench.
All right. Emerson Heating and Air, locally owned and operated. And if your AC needs anything residential or commercial, installation, repair, or preventative maintenance, they have got you covered 24/7. You can call Emerson Heating and Air at 225-232-3522 or visit them on their new website, emsair.net, emsair.net. And right now, just for OTB listeners, get an AC tune-up for only $89, but that deal ends March the 31st. So call today. Where do you call? 225-232-3522 or visit them at emsair.net.
In Louisiana, is there a more important thing in the entire world than your air conditioned unit in the summer? My God. It always goes out at the wrong time too. Like middle of the day, people coming over. It's 110 degrees out there and it always goes out. Well, Emerson Heating and Air are the best. They were at my house recently. Just checking them. Make sure we are ready to go. Go check them out. emsair.net.
Yeah. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now.
Yeah. Give it to me now. Give it to me now. Give it to me now.
I wanna lick you from your head to your toes, and I wanna move from the bed down to the floor. And I wanna
Off the bench, presented by Hood Dental.
I wanna leave, but I gotta know what's your fantasy.
I wanna lick you from
Hello.
your head to your toes.
What's up?
I wanna move from
Just
the bed
listen
down
to a little Luda.
We got the clean version, the Walmart version.
I mean, as
Kids
clean as you're
Bop?
going to get, as Kids Bop as you're going to get this song.
This is appropriate considering the Zach Wilson conversation we just had.
Yeah.
So.
True. All right. They're asking back in middle
listen
school,
to
high
this
school.
parent a little
Hey,
bit.
Mom and Dad, can I get this album? Yeah. Get it at Walmart.
Yeah, because they knew that was going to be the edited version.
Yeah, they didn't have anything that had parental advisory on there.
All right. Shout out to Luda. I mean,
Y'all. I
he's
wanna,
basically an astronaut. Y'all all seen Fast and
He
Furious.
is. He is
Yeah.
an astronaut. I don't
He
think
did
there's
go
any
up into
basically about
space
it.
in a car.
He
He
did.
did his
With
own
Nas.
stunts in that movie.
Him and
That was
Tyrese.
crazy.
With the NOS button in space.
Yep.
I want to learn how to real DJ,
Okay. You can do it.
like with the turntables in it. I would.
I've looked it up on
off
Amazon. They got some stuff on Amazon you can get.
For the
Why
cheap.
did you look it up?
Because I was thinking about being a DJ.
When
Bro,
was this?
DJ Dragon and DJ Blank Space taking over the club.
Yep.
Until he puts on shout. And
We're actually at
Yeah,
a
then he's gonna
it's at a
clear it
birthday
out.
party with some Packer guys, and I was there. My buddy AJ Hawk. We were sitting there talking, and there was a DJ there, famous DJ, and we were like, this guy gets paid like $500,000 for every like time he goes out and does DJ things.
Yo, he really looked this up.
And we were like, we could be DJs. We could do this.
We could be
And we had a few pops at the time, so we started looking it up. You know, we were going to be called DJ Ham and Eggs.
That's actually electric.
Thank you.
That's actually a great name.
my
Daniel
God.
in the chat said DJ Kank for you. DJ Glizzy McGuire.
Okay.
Because I do love
That's good.
a Glizzy.
That's good.
So yeah, I would look
I
it
can
up.
see.
And they just click buttons. They sit there and they have the headphone
Yeah,
on. They
like-
do this, and then they watch this. They put the finger up and they're like, "Watch this," and they push button.
And then the beat drops, and everyone's like, "Whoop."
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Boom, and the beat drops, and then the smoke, the fog everywhere.
I'm gonna
Bro.
send Tay a video of exactly what you're talking about.
I really feel
Yeah, there's
like I could be a DJ, and I could make a living off of this.
You get, okay, so the DJ in the DJ world, they get paid so much money.
Yeah.
Like so, like in Vegas, like the chain smokers when they were hot.
Yeah.
They were getting paid $500,000 for every show they were doing, and sometimes
That's
in the
crazy.
summer they were doing 2 shows a day.
$1 million
They were doing
a
the
day.
pool show,
A milli.
and then they were doing like the club.
Wait, okay, I need y'all to also
For
learn
pushing
how
buttons.
to DJ. I need y'all to all, and then we could be DJ Wolfpack.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all 4 of us, and we just make millions and millions of dollars
Yep.
in Vegas.
Yeah, watch this. Ooh, boop. Beat drop.
And everyone's like, "What,
They lose their mind.
bro?"
I
Let's do it.
don't understand how they get paid so much money. I get it. It's a vibe.
Yeah,
And like it's fun,
right.
but I could do it.
Yeah.
And you can get some turntables and some of the buttons and stuff on Amazon. Not too
I'm
bad.
gonna look into this.
I gotta find
You
this.
got to take.
Hire me.
You got to think it takes limited practice.
Yeah, no, it can't be that much. I feel like I can read the room, so I'd be able to like, okay, this is getting people lit. This is not getting people lit. My thing is just like the button part of it
The button part.
and the putting the beats together.
Like, how does one find himself
lights.
in
You
that
need a good light
situation?
show. Then.
Fog machine,
Fog machine light show.
a
You gotta have that.
PowerPoint in the back
They
that's
just
like,
sit there and they do this. They don't even turn the disc on. They just kind of do this, and then like, boop,
Yeah.
and then they pump their fists a lot.
yeah.
Button push. They get the crowd up like this. Button push.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
I'm so
I'm
in.
very envious of it.
Yeah.
I do like that you went as far as to look up the equipment.
Oh yeah, and fog
You had
machines.
and a name.
Yeah, ham and egg.
Who was ham and who was egg?
We didn't get that far.
Oh,
Ham and egg.
it feels
Doesn't
like you
matter.
would have. though.
No, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
You want to keep everybody guessing.
Exactly.
It's like we are ham and eggs.
And
That's
then every
actually-
time we DJ, we switch up who's on the left and the right.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we never know.
And y'all wore masks.
But see, a lot of
A lot of DJs
A lot of
wear
DJs
masks.
masks are big in the DJ game.
I would go with a purge mask.
You got to do you a big egg.
Mm-hmm.
And then one's the ham, but nobody knows who's who.
I think one of the first ones that I knew that wore the mask.
Taylor, I
was
just
with the
texted
mouse
to you. I
head.
don't know how in the world you're going to get that to your computer, but
You can do it.
I got
Come on,
faith in
Johnny.
you.
you
I
can do
believe
it.
in you. I believe. Come on, Johnny, you can do it. Fire that pigskin.
Why don't you say it?
on, Johnny, you can do it.
Pretty good. Everybody did pretty good.
Rip.
Thank you.
RP.
By the way, there's a new movie coming out with James Vanderbeek in it.
Yes, is it AI?
No,
Like,
so
I thought like he did it, but then like some of the
I
scenes
think
they had to
some
like
of it. I think it's a lot
finish
like
it.
I think it's a lot like with Fast 7 or Furious 7 or whatever with Paul Walker.
Yeah.
He's in most of it, but
Yeah,
like I don't know what I was watching. I saw the trailer and I'm like, that's James Vanderbeek.
I know, man. We only got Tweeter. Who would have thought Tweeter would be? You know,
Last one.
yeah,
That was good shape.
it's true. We know he danced. He had an end zone dance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little disappointed that coming to the Green Bay Dave and Buster's is not DJ Ham and Egg.
It might be. Don't count us out.
Don't
Where,
cut us
where
off.
does AJ? AJ's in Columbus now, right?
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun though. I mean, Shaq did it.
Yeah.
He does it. I mean, Shaq goes
Shaq
to
still
Fred's.
does it.
I
Yeah.
went
Diesel.
to a Shaq show.
How was it?
It
Oh
was-
yeah, where was that?
It was
not that.
It was
long
at,
ago,
in
right?
Vegas. It was at
When we played
it was
USC.
at the stadium right after
At NRG.
the game in the stadium.
Vegas and Allegiant.
Oh,
We played-
Allegiant.
when we played
NRG's Houston.
When we played USC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right after the
Wait,
game.
that was after the game?
Like, yep.
I don't even remember that. And I was there until Brian Kelly stopped banging on the desk.
Yeah. So we knew some people and we had some really great seats. So we were in
Yeah.
the end zone club, and so right behind the end zone club's like a club.
Oh, okay.
And so as soon as the game's over, Shaq played there.
That's awesome.
It was electric. A lot of pumping up the crowd,
Yeah.
pumping up the crowd, button push.
Hell yeah.
You know, you've had a lot of stupid ideas, but this might be your best.
Thank you. This is my Mona Lisa.
It really is. Like, can you imagine Dragon coming to Fred's?
All right, we ready for this video?
Starts at
this
4
like
p.m.
this isn't like this guy didn't even get the crowd hype, but this guy gets paid. I think I looked it up one time. He gets paid like $300,000 per gig.
No.
That's
All right.
low.
So-
for a DJ game.
300,000.
He sucks.
Well, I mean, like the DJs you were talking
This
about,
is-
like they're like some of the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
But I remember because I was like, this is a banger, but like just watch what this guy does, and he gets paid $300,000 per gig.
Oh. There's not even music.
He hadn't pushed anything yet.
Oh, no, look,
acting
he's
like
just
he's
turning knobs.
He's not even turning them. Oh, there's a turn.
Look. He wants you to look. Just watch.
Oh.
Look. He's turning knobs.
He's and a lot of times they're fake turns.
Yeah, look.
Right, he's just touching them. Oh, he held that button.
That's all he's doing. He's
don't
moving
even-
his hands. This is it. That's all he does right here.
Where's the button push? Oh, there it was. I mean, it sounds good.
Those two songs don't even. I don't even feel like that sounded good.
And also, all he
$300,000
did was play the song, and then halfway through play the second song.
And
That's
then
all he
like
did.
get you ready, like watch this, flip the switch, and then
And the second one starts playing with
and
the
then
first one.
watch wait. Boom.
But look,
Nah.
I was feeling it.
I was feeling Careless Whisper.
But like, so they're getting paid for the mixes they make, and they're just playing their mixes. And,
Yeah.
and
Right,
push
like
buttons.
I
So-
probably
Yes,
created
but
that
that was
ahead
a-
of time. But
Yeah.
Totally,
certainly.
but that was a terrible mix.
Yeah.
I was feeling it.
It wasn't great.
I enjoyed it.
I mean, you've seen better though from DJs.
That was
Like,
terrible.
My point is, I remember seeing that one and being like, "Who is this guy?" Because everybody's like waiting on the hook.
Yeah. I heard a mashup of Choosing Texas by Ella Langley with Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. That was a good one. That one
Oh, yeah.
was really good. Anyway, it's
I
DJ
went
Blank Space
to-
coming to a club near you soon.
I went to the concert last May. It was Morgan Wallen one that's in Gulf Shores. They changed the name of
Sand
it.
in
Sand in
My
My Boots. Yeah, it
Boots.
was Sand in My Boots.
The hangout fest area.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
it's Sand in My Boots. They're not doing it this year, but they did it.
Yeah.
Morgan Wallen took over it
Yeah.
and owns it now or whatever. It was Sand in My Boots, and the night before Diplo played, and it was awesome. And like he did a lot of like country mashups and stuff. It was really good.
Hell yeah.
I enjoyed it. I mean, it's good. Like I don't want to see it like all night, but
No,
like for
but
him,
like to pump up.
for that night,
Morgan.
it was
Yeah.
like we went to Diplo on one stage, and like rocked our faces off.
Yeah.
And we went all the way, walked to this other stage, and it was Brooks and Dunn. So it was like,
Oh yeah.
it was good.
Taylor's desk just went up.
Dude,
Boot scooting
I
boogie,
know
baby.
you heard it.
I mean, Neon Moon's a banger.
Neon Moon is one of the
just
best
went up.
songs of all time.
Neon Moon's a great
Objectively,
one. Yeah.
has so much heart.
They were kind of, they weren't scooting around the stage.
Well, I mean, they're
it was
all-
like,
Dude,
it was
I
a
gotta
shuffle.
tell you, I saw
We know Kicks broke
I
slander
saw
on
the
this show.
summer
They're all-
There's
before
not.
I got married. So this would have been June or July of 2022 up in Shreveport. And they were rocking it, man. Stage presence. Kix Brooks actually has a lot better stage presence than Ronnie Dunn.
Yeah, I mean, he's from
And he
Shreveport,
was
so.
they were great. I mean, when they played Red Dirt Road, oh, place went nuts.
Easy E in the chat says most DJs are awful. I mean, look,
Okay, well, DJ Alondra wouldn't be.
for $300,000 to $750,000 a show,
I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll I'll air twist those
I'll
knobs.
have the best mix-up you've ever heard. It'll blow your mind.
I'll just go to ChatGPT and say, hey, give me
Exactly.
a playlist, mash it up.
Yep. Songs that have kind of the same melody that would play with each
Yep.
other.
I
Mash
think
it
it's
up.
like the beats per minute that you have to match.
Whatever it is. My friend will tell me.
Doesn't matter. For every half beat,
Got-
you get like 10,000.
DJ Dragon, DJ Blank Space, DJ Lowman, and DJ
White man.
Neon.
Yep.
White man.
Who I would know. I would
DJ
rock
Neon.
I would rock some neon green, neon
Yeah,
pink,
for
all
sure.
that. Oh,
I know you would.
White neon.
All right.
Can't make white neon, but somehow I did it.
I bet you Murphy, Sam, and Jody don't have cool DJ names.
they don't.
Nah.
No.
But it's just
Worst.
DJ Murphy,
not
DJ
DJ the
Sam, and
worst.
DJ Jody.
Boo.
Bill.
Probably mashing together.
I don't know. Sweater takes.
Yeah. Easter egg colors. Which ones
Yeah.
are the most popular in 2026?
Yep.
Yeah. Thumbs.
You bums.
I'm going to get that here. We'll take a break. More OTB when we come back live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com, the website for Pelican Roofing. And, we've been telling you over the last couple of weeks, obviously, the Run for Rufus and the great job that they're doing there, raising awareness in the local communities. So you can go to that website. It is still right now taking place. And so trying to raise money until we get to April. So make sure you do that. Also, make sure you do go to pelicanroof.com, the website for Pelican Roofing in Lafayette, in Baton Rouge, and those local communities. As you can tell, like, it does mean a lot to them, not just like in the roofing game, but they want to make sure that they are out there. And that's one of the first things they said to us. Like, they want to be involved. They want to sponsor your youth team. They want to have charity events, and that's exactly what they do with Run for Rufus.
Yeah, just because they're part of the community and like they don't have to do, like, it doesn't help their business to like do this, the Run Rufus. It's just they care about the community and they're the best to work with. So if you have a project happening, if you need a new roof repair, whatever it is, make sure you give Pelican Roof a call, pelicanroof.com.
Motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. Come on. Slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I like it like that, she working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow
Off the
motion
bench.
for me.
Presented by Hood Dental.
I like it like that, she working that back. I don't know how to act. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I'm a thrower, her neck and her back hurting, cut through to have you like a brand new version. It's like once you get used to it, then you start
Hello.
surfing. Hop up on top and so
Welcome back.
Slow down for me. Are you moving too fast?
OTB.
My fingers keep slipping. I'm trying to grip that.
What year did this come out? Slow motion. It was early 2000s. I'm going to go 02. I guess 02. 2002. Good year.
03.
Ooh, 03.
Good year. Good year too.
Definitely made it to LimeWire. It's always a good year over at Bayou Automotive. Go to BayouAutomotive.com. If you're looking for a Chrysler, Dodge, Ford, Jeep, Ram, it's the only place to go. Literally, incredibly easy. I mean, I had an issue pop up yesterday, and when I say they were so on top of it, I don't even mind sharing. Had some issues with my wife's vehicle. It's like, hey, like, I don't really know what's going on. Like, we got you. Drove from LaPlace, picked up my wife's vehicle, brought her a loaner vehicle to drive while they're working on the vehicle, and we didn't have to leave our house.
Choo.
And you'd be like, oh, yeah, of course they did for you. They're all about being easy. If you buy a vehicle from Bayou, they're going to drive it to you, and they're going to drop it off to you. We encourage you, like, go to LaPlace, like, go to the dealership. But if you don't have the time, if you can't make it down there, that's okay. Like, you find it at BayouAutomotive.com. They drive to you. And then once you buy from Bayou Automotive, like what I'm talking about, when you need maintenance, they pick your car up for you, take it to LaPlace, give you that maintenance, and bring your car back to you. Find somebody else that makes it easy like that. You won't. I'll just tell you. I'll save you some time.
A decent service, I guess.
Pretty decent service over there. I'd say strong to quite strong. Also, if you want, check out the Black Widow package, Bayou Automotive. It is right there on the homepage. Ram, Jeep, F-150, F-250, F-350, F-150 Raptor, They all have Black Widow packages, and you will be the talk of the town, and you'll finally be cool with your kids again. I don't know how I know that. Might be personal experience. That's not important. Go to BayouAutomotive.com.
You got teenagers, too. And you're cool?
Yeah, well.
And you're cool?
Yep. I'm with you.
Hard to believe.
Is Dev 9 or 9:15?
9:15.
9:15. Okay, good. So we got Dev at 9:15, Coach Monkey at 9:30. Excited for that conversation.
We got a lot more good songs to play, too.
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
Coach Monkey going to be taking on Duke, a team they've already played this year. Duke started out slow, really slow, and then certainly picked it up there at the back end and in conference play. So excited for that conversation as always. Again, Devin will join us at 9:15. And we'll eventually talk about LSU baseball's win over Louisiana Tech. It was kind of just like okay.
Whatever.
All right, cool.
Nice job.
Cool, yeah.
Nice job.
It's because it's one of those points in the season, like, you want them to win the midweek game. That's the obvious. And Coach Jay Johnson talks about it all the time. Like, your RPI takes a hit. Now, not like Louisiana Tech's not the same hit as some other schools, but to his point, like, you got to make sure you
but
win
when
those
you're
games.
losing,
When you're losing
conference
on the weekend,
play, you've
it's tough
got
to
to
get
win.
excited about
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
No, but it is
You
a
have to
must.
win.
Yeah. They don't matter till they matter.
That's fair. And you got a team that is going to literally death by 1,000 paper cut you in Kentucky this week.
Let's take some of those dingers and let's move them to this weekend.
You said it, man. You said it, man. All right, we'll take a break. More OTB when we come back live from the Raising Cane studio.
Off the bench.
All right, go to KTZBlinds.com, KTOZBlinds.com, K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Brandon Barton and the team been in the game since 2004. We say it all the time. We know that was a long time ago because we were freshmen in college in 2004. Okay, you don't stay in business that long unless you're doing things the right way, the best way, the most convenient way, and that's what K2Z does. They are going to blow you away with how quick they're going to learn your space and change your space. It's in a matter of minutes. Go to K2ZBlinds.com.
That's right, K2ZBlinds.com. That's KTOZBlinds.com. K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. All things windows, interior, outdoor. Got the roll-up shades as well. And that's exterior roll-up shades for that outdoor living space. Turn that outdoor living area like an extension of your hosting space inside. You roll those things down in the summer, it'll keep it about 15, 20 degrees cooler than it is outside. Really changes the game at your house. Go check them out, K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living, KTOZBlinds.com.